As a Gen Xer, I think I'm entitled to say what bugs me the most about Gen Xers.
This time it's one of our own going rogue. This should be good.
And I think that thing is uncritical nostalgia.
Did you just make that term up?
My generation inherited non-critical nostalgia from the baby boomer generation. Boomers were all about uncritical nostalgia.
It sounds like you're trying to get uncritical nostalgia to be trending. Kind of like That's So Fetch. But just like That's So Fetch, it's never going to happen.
And in the 70s, they thought it was a great idea to really embrace that uncritical nostalgia about the 50s in the form of Grease and Happy Days, both of which are tremendously overrated.
Excuse me? I will not stand for Arthur Fonzarelli's name to be besmirched in any way. Grease is overrated? Tell me more. Actually, don't tell me more because I'm already a little upset by this. Speaking of Grease, whenever I have my car in the garage, I always wait for the mechanics to bust out with a rendition of Grease Lightning and put on a show.
We Gen Xers like to think that we're better than the boomers.
No, we don't. We're just trying to survive.
That we're different from that generation, that we didn't really inherit much from them. But in this one aspect, this uncritical nostalgia,
how many times is he going to say uncritical nostalgia?
I think we're way too much like boomers.
Really?
And the way that I know this is that whenever I go on Twitter or even on this app, the algorithm is always pushing content from Gen Xers who claim to know so much about culture, pop culture, or movies.
I don't know about culture, but we do know a little something about movies.
But everything they talk about is something they discovered during their freshman or sophomore year in college.
No, I discovered most of the things I know today during my teens because I never had a freshman or sophomore year in college. I only had some college.
These are people who will insist that in the entire history of cinema, 1994 was the greatest year because Pulp Fiction and Shawshank came out the same year.
1994 was a great year for movies. You also have to include Forrest Gump. But the greatest year for movies was 1985. That year, you had classics like The Breakfast Club, Spies Like Us, Cocoon. By the way, Wilford Brimley was only 49 when he made that movie. St. Elmo's Fire, The Goonies, Back to the Future, and I can go on.
Honestly, Gen Xers are just so annoying this way.
We're annoying? We don't care.
Lots of good pulp culture has happened since then and happened before we ever came along, and we just need to get over ourselves. So yeah, that's the thing that bothers me most about Gen Xers.
Okay, Judas.